Hello everyone, this is HBJ, and today we're going to be going through the basics of beat making, a little bit of sidechaining, and how to do 808s. So first, I'm going to show you several ways how to do this. So first, you can actually just click and drag from a sample pack onto your workspace. So if I have a, let's just set this to 170 beats per minute, and I want to use this kick, you can literally click and drag it into your workspace. So you can actually have these, you just literally drag and drop it. So you can do this, and you can do beats like that. But what I like to use, I like to use patterns. So I opened up the pattern box over here, and I'm going to start choosing some random stuff. So I'm going to choose a kick, I'm going to choose some hi-hats, let's choose that, and I'm going to choose a snare. Sure, you can choose a snare, just click and drag it anywhere, and I'm just going to make a random beat. So right now this is these are 4 counts that right here. To increase your count size, beats per bar, you got 4 of that. So I'm going to increase it to 8 just for the purpose of this example. So I'm just going to make a random beat. Also, I'm selected on song right now, so if I put on pattern, then it's going to play this, and when I press space, you can hear that. So I'm just going to do Okay, so that sounds okay. So I'm just gonna right click on hi-hat, fill 2 steps because it's just faster. So now I can okay, that sounds fine. Actually, I don't really like this hi-hat. I'm gonna just switch it out. Let's try this one. So right here you have the volume knob, so if my hi-hats are a little too loud, you can decrease the volume of the whole sample itself. Sure, that sounds okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to paste it into our workspace. So I'm going to click on pattern, and then I'm on the paintbrush tool over here, and I can just click and drag it, and now it is in our project file. So that's okay. Now I'm going to be showing you 808s because kids love trap music, or as my friend likes to say, trap music is the music of the devil. So I have this 808 kind of sound here. You know, I have some nice bass. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this bass and just drop it into the project file. Now I've seen some people when they do like 808s and stuff, they literally just like click and drag it here, and it kind of looks like this. So that's really loud, let me decrease that. So they do that, but it's it kind of gets a little difficult when you want to tune it so that it's in a key. So let's just create a random sample, random pattern. So we're just going to right click on that, piano roll, so we're just going to come up with a random thing. That's a little too low. Sure. Okay, so I'm just going to drop this down. Not a fan of this 808. I like that one, so I'm just going to replace it. And then I can click on drag it. So I can double click on that to open this window again. So. And see, now that it's in a piano roll, you can just like move the different keys. So you can get really low, you can get really high. Okay, so notice that it plays the whole pattern, like it plays the whole sample, and an 808 might bleed into the next one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on bass key and click on cut itself, so that each 808, the start of each 808 begins at, no, the end of the previous 808 gets cut off. So okay, so sure, let's go with that. What if we want to make it so that our 808 sounds a little bit wavy? I'm just going to show you a little example here. So these are called sliders up here. You can click on that. So I'm just going to put down a slider, and you can automate it so that your bass pitches up as it's going through. So let's listen to it. So that's pretty cool. So it went from a G to an F sharp. We're going to go G to G. See? So we can do that. And that offers more flexibility in how your bass line is going to sound. So we have an 808 here. I think this should drop a little. Deactivate the slide. Now let's just keep it like this. So if you really want your kicks to punch up through the bass line, we have this thing called sidechaining. And in a previous tutorial I talked about it, but I'm just going to show you again. So right now our kicks are on effects 1 right here, and our 808, let's put it on effects 4. Okay, actually no, the snare's on effects 4, let's put it on effects 5. Okay, each one has its own effects, sure. So this is on effects 5. If we open up the mixer tab, we can start playing with this. So let's see, our kick is on effects 1, so let's take a look. So there's the kick. Every time the kick happens, it rises up. So now we want to sidechain. First, click on the kick, then go to where your 808 is, and so you see this little arrow or a Christmas tree. You right click on it, sidechain to this track. So now channel 5 is sidechained to channel 1, and we're going to add a fruity limiter to it. So now that we're kind of related, so we're going to put a fruity limiter on it. Go to compress, sidechain, right click, and go to insert 1, which is the kick. So now when I decrease the threshold and I increase the ratio, I like to use 3 to 1, you'll find that the 808 is going to duck in volume every time the kick happens. So if we decrease the threshold a little bit, you'll see it a little better. So you see these ducks? That's what's happening. So easy, use 3 to 1, lower threshold, and you can make your kicks really punch up through that kind of bass. So this is what we have. And let's say we want to add some chants. Oh, that's aggressive. Let's find something else. I know I had more vocals here. Is that a little Uzi? There you go. So you could do this on a pattern, like, you know, you just click and drag it here, and then you can like do it on a pattern. But you know, if it's cases like that, you can literally just you know, just bring it into the project file. So if that's a little too loud, I'm going to decrease the volume. Okay, so that's pretty cool, and we're just gonna make that go on a little longer. Now, because each one of your sample sounds is linked to a mixer channel, so this is one, you can actually go into it and you can start putting effects onto it as well. Suppose I want to open up my snare and I want to make it sound like, open up and have it sound like in a bigger room. Put a little bit of reverb on it, and then it sounds like this. Yeah, see? Increase the wetness. So it changes the way it sounds. And I don't want too much reverb, so I'm going to decrease the reverb here. This is like how strong you want the reverb, this little knob here. And that's the end of this tutorial. So when it comes to beat making, if you want to be like I Am Gemboy and do crazy beats and stuff, you totally can. It's possible. And I'll find that a lot of mashup artists, when they do beats, they'll have an instrumental and they'll EQ the instrumental so that the bass line isn't too heavy, or the kicks and the claps aren't too strong, so that it'll make way for the lower frequencies, or like the beats. So yeah, thanks for watching.